Welcome to Reread, where I'm rereading through the expanded universe in chronological order. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, so we're talking about Paul S. Kemp's novel, Deceived. I remember reading this a long time ago and telling you it was my favorite book in the Old Republic. It deals with Darth Malgus, who is a different type of Sith. He has a lover. He loves his female Twi'lek companion. And he's kind of exposed by some of his other Sith Lord buddies by saying that is a weakness to exploit. He doesn't like them. They don't like him. Feelings mutual all around. They go to destroy or invade Coruscant. He attacks the Jedi Temple, kills one of the Jedi there, and burns the temple to the ground and watches Coruscant itself burn. He's so happy for the Emperor's biggest conquest, the center of the galaxy, Coruscant. Well, meanwhile, there is a negotiations happening on Alderaan, a Jedi with a bunch of other Jedi Masters. Erin, I think is her name, and she is there. She feels the death of her Jedi Master and, knows that the Sith have betrayed them. The Sith sitting across the table from them. They knew about this invasion, and they're using it to their advantage to negotiate a better peace treaty. Now, when this happens, Darth Malgus later on finds this out, that they're negotiating for a peace treaty. He's like, what? No, this is stupid. And realizes that this whole conquest of Coruscant was just a ploy to get better negotiations, something he just can't understand. Well, flip that over, and Erin can't understand why the Jedi are negotiating with the Sith, who did this underhanded deal. And shouldn't we go back and save the people of Coruscant or avenge this? We can't be dealing with these slime balls. And so she's kind of disenchanted with her people as well. Well, she wants to go on a mission to Coruscant to find the Sith, because she knows it was a Sith who killed her master, and get revenge. Of course, Jedi don't seek revenge, so the other Jedi tell her, no, don't do this. Well, she goes anyway. Well, she also sees there's a friend of hers called Zidrid, and he is a kind of not a smuggler really, just a cargo transfer guy, but he doesn't do spice. He don't deal in that spice. Well, when a drop goes bad, he's way behind in debt. He needs to catch up, and so he has to start running spice to catch up, and he hates that. He doesn't want to do that. He has a daughter who is handicapped. He gives basically all of his money to her, but to hide that from everyone, he pretends he has a gambling problem, so they won't know about his daughter. And a very private man. And he's sending whatever meager checks he can every month to help them get by, but he really wants to get her a hover car, because she has an old wheelchair that's on wheels. Not even a hover car, but hover chairs cost way too much. But, maybe one day get her prosthetic legs and stuff like that. So, the big heartfelt moment where you feel bad for the guy down on his luck. He is friends with this Jedi. The Jedi comes to him not knowing that he's going to make a run on Coruscant. When Coruscant is attacked and controlled by the Sith, the need for a certain type of spice that's highly addictive goes up in value. And so he has to do just one run. That's it, to break even. In fact, they're going to give him 100,000 credits more if he completes this. So it's not only going to break him even, but it's going to get him out of the business completely, so he can go, be with his daughter and everything. He gets some of the money up front, buys her a hover chair, sits with her. There's another guy called Varath who's with, he's working for one of the Hutts, and he's there to steal that cargo or make sure it doesn't make it to Coruscant, because, the Hutts he's a rival, to this spice gang. So the guy's like scoping out his family. Zidrid kind of sees him there and is like, who is that guy? Looks a little shady, but doesn't think that much into it, because he's with his daughter having a fun time. Now I say this because Varath is later going to go to Darth Malgus and rat and say, hey, there's some guy coming in with spice, smuggling spice onto your controlled planet. You need to take him out. And Malgus can see right through it and knows you're just doing this because he's your rival. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, so the Jedi and the cargo transport guy, they get together and they decide that they're going to, Erin grabs and says, hey, I need to go to Coruscant. He happens to be going to Coruscant, so they just go together. Of course, he's kind of frowning on her, trying to get revenge, and the Jedi is frowning on him for smuggling spice. So it's kind of, touche moment there, that they're both doing things they don't want to, but they feel like it's necessary to do. So they get there, they get to Coruscant. She goes to the temple. can kind of sense what happened. Or no, she brings the droid, T7, I believe, and the droid taps into an unknown area in the Jedi Temple that they recorded the whole thing. So they watch the recording of her master's death. She sees Darth Malgus, knows it's him. Meanwhile, Darth Malgus, by the way, when the ship came in, he already knew it was them, but he decided to let it go because he said, that Jedi's looking for me. Because he got a notification from the Jedi saying, hey, we have a rogue Jedi that just took off. I think she may be seeking, vengeance on Coruscant. We just want to let you Sith know because we're good guys in this peace negotiation. It does make the Jedi look weak. It really does. This book does not make you love Jedi that much. And you kind of feel, of course, the need for revenge is the way of the dark side, but you understand what this Jedi Knight's going through. That was her master. She really loved him, cared for him, and he's dead. So she's out to get the Sith who killed him. Malgus knows this. He's like, I accept the challenge. Come on, bring it. So they have a big battle where she does escape because she decides to leave with Zidrid, and they take off. And by the way, if I'm getting any of these names wrong, I don't care. I don't listen to the audiobook, so I don't know how to pronounce them. But anyway, they take off with him, but he's just trying to get her off planet because their ship kind of is no good anymore. Varath is, by the way, he's being quarantined to the planet. He kind of plays, he's a character that starts off pretty big and then gets ignored through the middle of the book, and then he comes back in the end just so he and Zidrid can have this battle at the end. I mean, really, it was kind of ham-fisted in a way. This book is all about revenge. Just one note, revenge. And so Erin decides that, she can see by the video or holovid that he really cares for this Twi'lek girl, and she can find the Twi'lek girl, kill him, and kill the Twi'lek, and make Malgus suffer like she suffered. Well, of course, when she gets there, the Twi'lek knows what's going on and knows that you're seeking for revenge, so just please make it quick. She's not scared. She says, look, I understand the pain you're going through. I understand why you're doing this, but just my only request is make it quick, because I know he's pissed a lot of people off, and I know you're trying to get to him through me, so I get it. And then, of course, the Jedi can't do it, so she turns off her lightsaber, decides to knock her out. Malgus is furious because he figures out really quick where she's gone and what the Jedi's going to do, and he's afraid that she's going to kill his lover. So he's rushing. He's doing things contrary to what he knows it's not important, but his heart is just being pulled. He's got to save her no matter what the cost. He lets the smuggler get away, Zidrid get away, he lets the ship get away, just because Erin says, if you don't, I'm going to kill this your Twi'lek lover. He's like, no, don't do that. And so they fight. Malgus wins again, but Malgus decides to spare her. He said, you've taught me a valuable lesson, and because you spared her, you didn't kill her, we're calling it even. So Erin's a little, they have a bunch of similarities between the two of them. They kind of do this compare and contrast. They're both disenfranchised, or disenchanted, I should say, with their factions, and both of them are kind of wondering and trying to find out their role in this new world, this new peace treaty world, because a peace treaty does get signed, and the Sith are going to have to immediately evacuate from Coruscant. But before he does that, he wakes up the Twi'lek, his lover. I think her name's Elena, I think is what it is. And she smiles at him, and she's so happy to see him. She calls him by his real name. And Malgus is happy to see her. And then he kills her, because he knows he has to kill her, because that is a weakness of his. And he sees what his Sith, the other Sith Lords were saying. By the way, he goes back and kills them too. Afterwards, in the epilogue, he kills one of them, and he's going to kill the other later on. But now he doesn't have a weakness that people can exploit. And even though he loved her, that was a weakness, and he had to get rid of that, because it was stopping him from being fully him. Now he can pull upon that rage of her being gone to actually strengthen his resolve and what he thought was his destiny. And it is very tragic. A lot of these Old Republic books are very tragic. And when I first read this, and I think when I did my review, I said this was my favorite book out of the Old Republic. It isn't anymore. Let me be clear. This is a great book. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. But I think I like Revan more now that I've read it through. Darth Malgus is only in 1/3 of this novel, which surprised me. I thought he was in 50% of it, but he's not. It focuses on the pilot. It focuses on the Jedi. It focuses on Varath, who's the smuggler guy working for the Hutts. He gets a little bit of attention there. The Twi'lek Elena gets a little bit of attention. So a few other side characters get a few pages in there, but Malgus is limited to really 1/3 of the book, which I thought was surprising because I just remember it being all about him back when I first read it. And it's, like I said, it's still good, but I enjoyed how Drew Karpyshyn wrote Darth Scourge, and how really it was 50% Scourge in that book, and it was really good. Not to say Malgus is boring. I love Darth Malgus. I love him. I loved his character. But to be honest, I'd want to see more Lord Scourge. I would not want to see more Darth Malgus. Now that, his lover is dead, he would kind of become a one-note, average, hate-filled dark side Sith now. So his interesting factor, which was his passion, his love for this girl, is gone now. So now he wouldn't be interesting anymore. So now you don't need any further story of him. Where Lord Scourge, I would like to hear more about his tragedy. So that's why I'm going to pick Revan above Deceived. I still think it's a good book, by the way. Still think it's great. Loved reading it, and it's a lot of fun. Can't wait to read even more, but I'll do that next time.